Sup guys, Magix here. I just wanted to make a video to let you guys know how to set up your Garrison to maximize gold gains. So I started doing some statistics on how much gold I'm making just from my rogue alone, and over the time that I was calculating from his missions, he made 20k just from the Shipyard and the Garrison follower missions alone. And then of course there was a huge amount of supplementary income from everything else, but I just wanted to show you guys how exactly to make that kind of gold and how to make the most of everything in your Garrison. I'm going to get a little into detail on the things that earn you gold in your Garrison, so if you don't care about the nitty gritty and you just want to go alright, straight into it, get me what gives me the gold, I'll have an annotation linking you to the end of the video where I have the list of what you should have, and I'll be saying the order in which you should get them. So the annotation should be, somewhere on the video. Give it a click. Either way, let's get into it. So I'll start it off with what I consider the most important thing for your Garrison, which is the inn or the tavern, whichever one, a hoarder alliance, So once you've established it, once it's given you enough gold finding characters, you'll be getting about 450 gold a day just from the gold missions it gives you. It of course gets you the gold find followers so that you can do that, but it's a slow process, probably about 5-6 weeks until you start getting full profit off of those guys, because you also have to level them up, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, I also suggest when you first get it, if you haven't set up your Garrison yet, you'd probably want to grab 1 or 2 of the bonus resource followers just to help speed up the process of building up the entire Garrison. Otherwise you're going to be spending a lot of time waiting for resources, which is a huge pain, Alright, so next off we got the barn, which takes up the same kind of slot as the inn or the tavern. It's the same cost, the same resources, and it's honestly, if you have a really strong character that can do the trapping really quickly, or you do it in a group, it is about, let's say, 16k per hour on the time you spend trapping. You of course get the work orders in and all of that, but you're not spending any time doing the work orders, and you just kind of leave it and you get that gold to you. So this is probably the second best thing to have in your Garrison, short of, if you're too lazy to do the farming, you may as well not have it and you'll just swap it out for the trading post, but otherwise, barn is very good. 16k an hour of things that will sell, and that's like bad prices. 16k per hour is you getting pittance for the stuff that you're farming kind of thing. So it's really worthwhile. Alright, now this one it's a bit iffy. It's worth having if you're too lazy to do the barn, and it's also worth having if you just have a huge amount of resources and nothing to spend them on, and that's the trading post, because you can get at least a gold per Garrison resource from trading in at the trading post if you have a really, really bad market on your auction house, which I do, so I don't get much gold off of it. That's why I don't have it myself. It's 150g total to set it up for what you want it for, and it just gives you the ability to do work orders to get you more Garrison resources. Helps you build your whole Garrison faster, of course, but in the end you'd prefer having a barn if you can be bothered putting the time in, because it gives you much more profit in the end. But of course if you're too lazy to do that, trading post is far, far better. Alright, so next off I want to talk about the herb garden or the mines. Together they cost 1600 gold and 300 resources, and they end up totaling you about 230g per day on 5 minutes of effort. Now honestly, if you have a herbalist / miner into non-jungle, you'll be making more gold for your time there, so it's not worth having if you have one. But on the toon that has herbalism or mining, it's worth having just so you can do the work orders, as you get free mats from it. Otherwise, only take it if you don't have those professions, just so you get the extra mats for either your trading post or just, spread your mats out that you're selling on the AH. And last but not least, I want to mention the heaviest hitter. This is the Shipyard. It totals at 3.5k gold and resources to create at level 3, but it is easily the fastest to pay off, as you'll be finding yourself getting missions giving you, 225g, 1k gold, and then you get the ships and they can increase it to, I had a mission that gave me 8k gold, and that pays off the Shipyard instantly. So I'd suggest doing the shipyard as quickly as possible, though you do have to do the missions, so that's why in my list you don't do it first, because you actually have to do, I believe, 25 gold find and 25 normal missions on the shipyard before you finish leveling it up. So once you do have those quests finished, you want to be completing it as fast as you can. Alright, so let's have a look at the small plots. We got the salvage yard, which is rather expensive because you want to put it up to level 3, and that totals at 2.7k gold and 450 resources. Yet again, you can make that cheaper by doing quests, but we'll say that amount. If you auction the things that sell well, disenchant the current tier items, and do all the missions you can during the day, it'll give you at least 110g per day on average though, so you might have some bad days, some good days. You can get items worth 10k gold, you can get items worth 5 gold. It averages at 1 month to pay itself off, so it is kind of meh, but if you're going to be playing for more than a month and you are going to be spending 5 minutes a day in your garrison, you may as well, because it's no time investment at all. Now we'll have a look at the Inscription Hunt, which it totals at 1.2k gold, 150 resources, because you only want it at level 2. And you just want it to be able to take one of your guys, which will be doing the merchant orders. And what you do is you mill 10 herbs a day, and you put them in, you get the merchant order back, you use them when you have a double, and you vendor that, which offers somewhere around 100g average per day, so that's pays itself off in 2 weeks because it's only a level 2 plot. If you want to start a fresh garrison, you go straight in for the level 2 tavern so that you can get yourself the extra followers, which make a huge difference later on in the line. Then you go for the shipyard, easy mode shipyard, get that going. If you're not lazy, get the barn. If you are lazy, get the trading post. It doesn't cost you resources to create anymore, and it gives you resources to make the rest of your garrison. Then you go, as you can, shipyard upgrades, and then you go for the level 3 inn. Once that's done, you go for the smaller plots like the salvage yard, inscription plot, and the enchanting yard, which those 3 don't net too much gold, but they do pay off in the end, and depending on the price of the mats on your enchanting yard, you will be getting gold out of it. Keeping in mind that you don't get the full enchanting mats from it, so if you have a low price item, it's worth disenchanting. If you have a high price item, you probably just want to vendor it. Alright, so if you do everything in that order, it should be getting you all of the resources you need pretty quickly, while also gaining you the followers you need to make the most profit later on in the road. And I also suggest downloading Master Plan, because holy crap does it make things easier on you. It makes the missions faster, and you just go right click, bam, done. And I'll probably have done something like that in the video so you can see things going bam, 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 done. It just saves you so much time. And if you're anything like me, you're going to have like 6 characters you're doing this on. You won't be spending 10 minutes doing just the missions, you'll be spending 5 seconds and it's done. Alright, with that I'm going to sign off. If you want to know anything else about the garrison, you just give me a comment or add my battle tag. It's probably going to be in the description. Otherwise, if you want to see me stream, I stream just about every day. There should be a link in the description as well. If you want to see certain types of videos, give me a comment and I'll make a new video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the sellouty stuff, and peace out.